Slate, I am so excited for this interview. Also, I just have to say really quickly, this is our second episode, but first episode where the studio looks like this.
Nah, it looks great.
Very vibrant.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You were showing me when you were first building it up and things were breaking. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we won't point those things out. And we have LOVETEDDY in the studio today.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of history here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
you're the first guest in this new studio. We also have a potentially, if I can say, new LOVETEDDY record that might be coming out soon.
Yeah, the CuddleTape is coming soon.
Yeah,
working on about like 5-6 songs. Just having fun and just coming back. Last album I dropped was June 2025. So we took a little break for the winter and now we're coming back next year. So yeah, dude, it's on the way.
Yeah, like I don't know, there's just like a lot of milestones that you're having right now. We've been, hanging. You've been here like while we've been setting up for the last hour, and not one time did I say congratulations on being engaged.
Oh, thank you.
So congratulations to you, my dude.
You. Yes. Corey Lee, love you. You got the shout out that you wanted, love. We're here.
She could have stayed anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, she likes to stay anonymous, but it's all good.
How's that feeling?
The same.
Yeah.
I mean, for the girls, it's like it's that moment that they always dreamt of. So I'm just happy that she's happy about it. But I feel the same. How
did you do it? Was there like a big
plan? So it's funny because we were supposed to go to like a Harry Potter exhibit that's like 45 minutes away from us, but we're getting that big snowstorm the day of. Mm-hmm. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I can't. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to propose in like a blizzard. Blah blah blah. So I tell her mom, hey, we gotta figure this out. I want to propose, but it's the snowstorm's messing everything up. So I took her to dinner. Her mom came over, filled our whole place up with flowers and candles, and then when we came back home, popped the good old question.
Hey.
So yeah.
How heavy did that ring feel like in your pocket? I don't know. I feel like when I propose, moments going up to the proposal, that like weighed so heavy in my pants. I was just like, but at the same time, it didn't exist. I was just like, I was throwing so many red flags because I was like, let me just go to the bathroom for the 8th time. Check. Yeah. But at the same time, it felt like so heavy.
She told me my thing was I was anxiously cleaning around the house. So I was like sweeping and like not noticing. She was like by me and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, I'm sweeping. And she was like, you don't sweep. I was like, shut up. like leave me alone.
Today I sweep.
So she knew something was up, but I think I was just anxiously cleaning. So I didn't really feel the ring until we got closer to getting back home. Then I was like, oh man, now I got to do this. So yeah. It was pretty heavy, but I'm glad that I got it done. It's a good step. It's a great step into the new chapter of like my life and like also where I want to take the music and like where I want to grow personally. So,
yeah. So tell me a little bit about that, because I had the pleasure of listening to 3 CuddleTape snippets this last week as I was prepping for the interview. And there was a lot of, I guess the audience that isn't very familiar with LOVETEDDY, right. I guess maybe let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah. You are a rapper here in Chicago, and you put out your most recent record this year, It Takes a Village, in July.
Yep.
And I'll say the new record, CuddleTape, feels like It Takes a Village, not in the way that it feels like the same album, but there is this like LOVETEDDY swagger and confidence in a lot of your records, and especially like with your intros, which I want to talk about at some point. But I guess going into CuddleTapes, for when that's ready to release, what feels different about making this record? What like has changed from your last record? And also like now that this is your 4th LOVETEDDY record from your rebranding from Kovu, I guess, what do you know about yourself more that goes into future projects?
Damn, that's a good question. I will say, yeah. So what I've been telling everybody is like, It Takes a Village was the point where I found like myself and like who I want to be as an artist. Like I knew like the lane I wanted to be in. I knew like the vibe I wanted to get off to people. There is a lot of swagger to it, and yeah, like the CuddleTapes, it's not It Takes a Village, but it's building on that world we already built from It Takes a Village and Don't Poke the Bear and things like that. So I want to build this world because where we're from, like there's a couple people in this room that are from the same town that we're from. That doesn't really get represented a lot in hip hop. Like being from a small town doesn't really get represented. And I grew up in a small town. I grew up in like near cornfields and barns and hanging out with my people down the street at a bar. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to portray that in the music. And there's always been like this notion of like you have to be in a city to like do anything or to have any type of swagger or anything like that. But I'm a big person in believing in like you can make it wherever you want. You can do wherever you want. I live secluded. I don't live close to anybody. I live like near a lake, and I like it like that. And I kind of just want to portray that lifestyle. That's kind of just what the music is like giving off now. Just like be who you want to be, and like if you're some jiggy kid in the middle of a country town, go ahead and make that music. You know, because there's not a lot of voices that are saying like, hey, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be from where you're from. You don't have to say you're from somewhere else. So yeah, I definitely represent Chicago, but I'm also representing like the small town vibes and like the area around there.
Does that come from artists that you've seen be proud of where they come from that aren't, you know, Chicago, New York, LA?
Yeah.
Or has that come from maybe more of a place that feels confident, like, oh, here I am reaching my audience, finding Love Teddy's sound, and that's coming from Aurora or Plainfield, these small Chicago suburbs.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a little mix of both. Because if you look at people like Jack Harlow, nobody was talking about Louisville until, you can say Bryson Tiller, but like Bryson Tiller doesn't really stay there.
But you know, yeah, that's so weird because like, I guess Bryson Tiller, you know, he's been doing it for 10 years and I never associated him with anywhere. It wasn't until Jack Harlow was like proudly talking about Louisville where I was like, oh, okay.
It's odd enough when I do go out to Louisville, I joke with my Louisville friends. I was like, y'all don't love Bryson like y'all love Jack, huh? And then like, cause it's crazy because like, people will attach to you as long as you represent where they're from proudly. You know what I'm saying? So like I think that's the biggest thing I took from like Jack and like the Drakes. Like we didn't know about Toronto till Drake came over here, or Justin came over here, The Weeknd, all the other stuff. We didn't know about that culture, right? And like in the suburbs, there is culture in the suburbs. There's culture in Aurora. There's culture in Plainfield. There's culture in Oswego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's different vibes to each part of Illinois, and I kind of like I took what those artists did and I brought it to myself, and it's also about me. Like you said, like I'm trying to find my sound. I want to tell the stories of like lonely roads or being in a hole in the wall bar and just being that type of person in that situation. Because I think for the longest time, I was trying to figure out how to fit in. And right when we did the rebrand for Love Teddy, I kind of just was like, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be goofy. I like to dress up. I like shoes. I like having the best outfit on in the room. But it's odd when you're in a small town and you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you're that guy that like cares about the fashion and things like that. So I always feel like I stood out. And I kind of just capitalize like that on that when I'm making the music, pretty much. So yeah.
I love those themes, and I feel like that really falls into you as an artist and your albums, because your albums feel like themes. And earlier you said world building, and I feel like we definitely get not a world, but your world with a lot of your records. It's like you said, here is an experience that I had at a small bar, or here's an experience I had with Heartbreak. I guess when your audience is connecting with you, do you feel like coming from these small places and having projects that talk about, I guess, like maybe more of the experience that a lot of people would have versus, you know, like the big city experience, do you find like a connection with your audience where they're like, oh, me too?
Yeah. I think the coolest part about it is when I do get into like the like my sad like space, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a song like Boys Don't Cry. Like Boys Don't Cry is about me sitting in my room in Decatur, Illinois, and I was like all my friends were leaving me. I don't really talk to that many people anymore. All my close friends from like high school, we barely talk. Yeah. So it's like all those emotions at once where you're just like, you kind of think to yourself, like, is it me or like, am I the problem? So like things like that, like I thought Boys Don't Cry wasn't going to be anything, right? But that's the one song that people are just like, dude, I listened to Boys Don't Cry and I really just like felt everything you were saying, and I appreciate you for making that. So like things like that do highlight for me a lot, and I think that first like Boys Don't Cry, Don't Poke the Bear era, that kind of like set me up for being like, all right, people want to hear this. They want to hear what's coming from this area. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many people from our area, like the younger artists that are coming up that I see that like, I won't say that they're based off of like what I did, but I can see a lot of me in them. And I want to be able to pave the way for them to be like, hey, don't let all these other people like cloud your judgment. Like, rap about what you live, rap about what you know. Don't rap just about what's going on in the city. Oh, I'm in the club. Oh, I'm spending bottles. Oh, I'm buying the table. Do I rap about that sometimes? Yes, I still do that. I'm human.
Yeah, but it's like your actual.
But I'm
experience.
actually
that's
my
like,
actual experience.
yeah, like
with
maybe
it.
like 10% of
Right.
the love.
Because people don't know, you can still get a table at a hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't always have to flex like the flashy lifestyle because at the end of the day, people have to connect with it. You know what I'm saying? So if I sat here all day and be like, oh, I got VVs on my neck, oh, I got the newest J's on my feet, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small town dude. I'm a low key dude. And I feel like there's a lot more low key small town dudes than there are like the flashy lifestyle dudes.
Yeah.
And even at that point, like, I feel like some of those dudes are faking it to the point where like they don't know who they are anymore. And I never want to get to that point.
Do you feel like you see a lot of what you're portraying with, I guess, a more intimate audience, a more intimate like place that you live, and a more intimate behind the scenes on your music? Are you seeing that with other artists in rap right now?
Yeah. I like listening to like, so like I'm a big mainstream guy. So like, and I like underground people too. So I have like, I'll listen to Wale. Like Wale's new album is great to me because like there's a song called Conundrum where he's just literally just recapping what's been going on in his life. So like he talks about how his baby mama just left her husband because he doesn't give enough to her because they're arguing all the time. And then he talks about how he has to go ghost sometimes, even though he might love you a lot. I got to go ghost just for me to reset my mind. And I related to that a lot because I have so many people in my life that I truly do care about. I treat my friends like family. All my like friends are just complete family to me. I'm the youngest in my family, and me and my sister are like 7 years apart. So I like to hear everybody's like problems through that like type of outlet, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, that all that just kind of just comes back to me where I'm just like, how do I want to portray this, and how do I want everybody else to listen to this? But also the people that are coming up, I like seeing them be a lot more real with themselves, and I like seeing them put it in the lyrics. So I there's this guy named Silk out in he's out here now, but yeah, Silk is out there. This guy named Jordan out there. The guy that does it really really well for me is this guy named Kari. He's from the Bay. Okay. R&B singer. He's like connected with like Drake and like Marky Basie and all them. So I just like the low key vibes and like the actual like lifestyle music where you can hear what they're talking about. You can feel that they actually are talking about something.
But on another level too, you know, we're talking about how intimate and honest and sometimes even like sad boy some of your music can be. When I listen to the snippets of CuddleTapes, I found all three of those encapsulates part of the Love Teddy formula. Like those songs are just fun. They bang. Like some of them, you mentioned Bryson Tiller before, and I like that you have versatility, that it feels like you can switch that on and off when you want to based on a song that you may feel is necessary for that.
Right.
So I guess like talk to me about a little bit of the balance that you want to have on CuddleTapes, or maybe even from previous projects. Like how much of an album do you feel needs to be fun and energetic, and how much of it do you think needs to be intimate, or does it like vary?
It varies. I think what I look at from like the people I look up to is like Bryson Tiller, Drake, this guy named Mike. They're very much versatile. So like you can hear the R&B like inspirations through Drake or like Bryson Tiller. You can hear them get some bars off too, and I like being able to have that in one song. So you like the song that I sent you a couple days ago, In the Cut.
Yeah. which I want to play.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Exclusive for the people.
Yeah, can I play a little bit of that now?
Go ahead. That's fine.
Right. I'm gonna play maybe like the first 30 seconds of In the Cut.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
It's funny too because when you sent me these, I think I texted you at first and said that like
the other bar was
I had like this whole synopsis on the other bar, and then I gave all three a listen again. And I was like,
no, I was waiting for you. I low key was waiting for you because I was like, okay, I hear you. Because like when I put the snip, I put a snip on the story, and everybody was going to the other bar, like they were liking the other bar. Yeah. And I was like, oh, y'all don't even know what In the Cut is yet. So when I sent it to you, you said that. I was like, just wait till he hears In the Cut.
You're just like, wait. Here they come. Yeah, I was slowly.
Like, let me just let them wait.
All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of In the Cut then.
Yeah, that has to be my favorite right now that we made. So yeah.
We gotta talk about this front part too.
Yeah, I got you.
Somebody tell me what's the move, baby, who are you? Spend a couple racks whenever I'm out with the crew. Shawty what me lean, shawty what me rock. Bitches for the plot, I know they hate it when we drop.
Shout out the gang.
I'm backing up.
I'm backing up. I'm backing the cut again. Back it up. Back it up. I'm backing the cut again. Back it up. Back it up. I'm backing the cut again.
I'll play this first verse.
Okay, back on road. Neck on froze.
Yeah.
Take my girl to places she ain't never flown. Okay, don't know them. They know me. Okay, never gotta fake it. Ain't no wanna be. 5% to 10. They can't see me in the whip. Love my game. They never switch. Me and Raz been making hits. Don't care about no list, never worry about no diss. Put my hand up on her hip.
Yeah. I already knew it was coming after that, but yeah.
I honestly like wanted to keep that part out because I felt like that was like a special reference.
That's a shout out, yeah.
That is a shout out.
Shout out to the city, yeah.
And
the last part, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so walk me through that song. That song like feels like something that I would want to be with other people playing and like feeling their energy from that song, feeling the energy from the music itself and like having a vibe.
Yeah. I literally just wrote that maybe like 3 days ago after my trip to Louisville. Went to go see my buddy Manny and his fiance for her birthday. I don't know. I'm very big on if I have nothing to say, I won't write.
Okay.
So after It Takes a Village, I kind of just took a break because I literally just talked to my engineer Rads a couple of days ago, and he was like, dude, burnout's a real thing. And I was like, yeah. I was like, when we look back at it, I dropped Don't Poke the Bear in April 2024. We dropped It Takes a Village June 2025.
And in the middle of that, you're sandwiching in singles that may not make the album.
Right, exactly. I'm dropping like Lucy's. I'm dropping features with like certain people. I'm dropping music videos in between that.
Right.
So we literally didn't have a break for like the last 2 years. And literally as I dropped It Takes a Village, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm a disappear for like the winter. Like I call it the off season where like I'm not working on any like content or like anything like that. I just want to go live, hang with my people, get new inspiration. So during this off season, we went down to Louisville, hung out with my like, those are like my people. I will say like Louisville feels like my second home because just how like Manny's family and Rachel's family, they kind of like just took me in and just like embraced me a lot. And I always tell Rachel, which is Manny's fiance, I'm like, you really helped me like find my new spark because a lot of people don't know this. Like after we rebranded to LOVETEDDY, it was kind of shaky for a minute. And I was like, I don't know if I want to keep making music. But as soon as I like got around those people, they boosted up my ego to the point where I was like, you know what, I can do this. You know what, I am that guy. You know, I can rap. You know what I'm saying? So when I get around them, I kind of feel that energy, and that energy gets placed into the song. So that's how you get a song like In the Cut. And it's just really about, like you said, it's really just about being around your people and just having a good time. Like In the Cut really just means like I'm chilling back, I'm low key, I'm observing everything, but I'm having a good time at the same time. So yeah, that's how that came about. It's just a party vibe, and like you said, the CuddleTapes is more. The CuddleTapes is more for me to have fun and not think too much because there's no real structure to it. It's a mixtape at the end of the day. I'm not calling it an album. I'm calling it the CuddleTape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are they B-sides from previous projects?
No, these are all brand new songs. Okay. The only thing that you guys will probably have already heard was 10 p.m. in Utah, which is the last song I put out before I went on my off-season break. So yeah, that's gonna be on there. But it's a lot of good vibes, fun, something you can turn on with your girl. She won't get too mad because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
because you're having a good time.
You're having a good time. I'm not, and the thing I like in my songs, I have 2 nieces, so I don't like to put in like the word bitch or anything like that because I know they're gonna hear it. So like I'll stick to like saying like shorty or like baddie or anything like that. So this is just music for you to like play with your girl, play with your homies, and also have a good time. So that's what it basically is.
What was going on after? So the first project that you dropped as LOVETEDDY is like, I don't know how to say it. Like it's not funny. It's just like this like irony because it's also kind of the last Kovu record.
It's the last Kovu album, yeah.
And it's funny. I say it's funny because it's the first LOVETEDDY record, and the record is self-titled.
Yeah,
It's called LOVETEDDY.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was interesting. Like felt maybe like a love letter to
The Kovu fans.
yeah, the Kovu fans, and like kind of sunsetting that, and then also the new era of LOVETEDDY. Like the first song on there is called Teddy Returns. But around that time, I think I heard you say that, you know, you weren't sure if you wanted to keep making music. What was going on at the time?
COVID happened. So literally right before we did COVID, I literally just did, you were at that show. We just did Lincoln Hall with Marky Basie and Gianni and Kyle. It sold out on the Sunday. And not a lot of people know this, but like that show was kind of like my like audition to like get on the rest of the tour. So like I was putting my all into it and everything like that. We had a great show. Crowd loved me. We mosh pitted in the middle of the crowd. Great
sick.
show. Love that show.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. So everything kind of just slowed down and the momentum got killed a little bit because we were locked in and I couldn't really do anything.
What were you doing? Like when you like I guess what was the LOVETEDDY pivot like?
So Kovu, shout out to Kovu, man.
Shout out to Kovu. He's not in this room, but he's in this room.
He's in this room, but he's not in this room. Kovu, I did a lot with Kovu, right?
Yeah.
I went on tour with Kovu. Like we went on tour. I got to open for Waka Flocka. I got to open for Aaron Carter. I met the Chainsmokers. I met Tory Lanez. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kovu got a lot to do, but I always felt like I reached a point of where a lot of artists would dream of way too early, and I wasn't ready for it, and my music wasn't ready for it, right? And I've had Kovu since we were younger. Like, I literally made up Kovu with you in the room, like when we were like trying to rap in someone's closet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for those that know, like I gave no disclosure, but me and Teddy grew up together and are cousins. And I mean, I watched you like in your mom's place, you know, kind of start your career 14 years ago. So a little bit of disclosure. But...
Yeah. So you've been there from the jump. So Kovu's been with me since high school.
Yeah.
So anybody who watches this from high school, you know who Kovu, like you heard about Kovu or whatever. Like there was like this thing like Plainfield rappers. Oh, we don't want them to be around us. But yeah. So Kovu has been with me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I did all these things as Kovu, but I never felt like the music was there. And I remember like during COVID, I was like, I don't want to be called Kovu anymore. Like, because when you look up Kovu is a low-key Disney character. It's Scar's son from Lion King 2. So
was it a lot of that?
It's a lot to factor into it. So when you look up Kovu, like you find Lion King.
Right.
You don't find me. So it's easier for me. I'm the only LOVETEDDY at the moment. So
some of the streaming services don't do you credit either, because when I look up your music, I get only Teddy Swims, and then I'm like, okay, I have to hit the search button.
You have to put in the whole LOVETEDDY one word, and then I pop up. But I'm the only LOVETEDDY as of for now, so I like that for me, and it's easier to find things. But it also was like I wanted to wash away like all like the kid stuff that I did with Kovu, because there's a lot of things on the internet with Kovu where like I don't like that lyric, I don't like what I'm rapping about. And LOVETEDDY just felt more mature. So with the whole like LOVETEDDY like self-proclaimed album, like it was a love letter to like the fans, being like, I love what we built. I'm appreciative of like everything that I've done as Kovu, but I think it's time for me to like start a new chapter. So it was kind of like just like a love letter, and like I've always said like Teddy's my alter ego ever since I've been Kovu. Like I would reference Teddy, and Teddy's kind of like the protector side of me. Like he'll protect. I think he protects like my people. He protects like myself. There is definitely a switch on and off from like Teddy and Baron. So. Yeah, it felt more fitting that I was LOVETEDDY now, so I don't have to keep saying like, "Oh, Teddy boy," and people are like, "Who the hell's Teddy?"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it's this moniker, like a secondary moniker.
Exactly. So now when I say Teddy boy, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." You know what I'm saying? So it all fit a little bit well, and it just helped the brand grow a little bit more. But yeah, it was more like a goodbye to Kovu in like my high school days and my college days.
Are there any Kovu songs that you feel could be? Here, let me rephrase that. Are there any Kovu songs that feel like they have Love Teddy energy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%. There's Love. It's LUV Love. That's one of my big songs is Kovu, but it would definitely have Teddy energy in it. I even say in the song like I let Teddy out, ain't nobody safe. So that was kind of like I think that was kind of like the point where I was like I want to switch. So me by saying I let Teddy out, it's like I'm letting him out. I'm letting him take over. I'm letting him like rap about the things that I want to rap about. Cause I think my girl said it a couple of days ago. She was like her friends are always like, he seems so different on the podcast, or like he seems so different when he's like making music. And I'm like, it's not me being different. It's more about me like being 100% comfortable with being me when I'm making music.
that's important.
Yeah, exactly. So like I don't see it as me like acting, because like they like to use the word acting. I don't see it as me acting. I see it as me like I'm away from the people that make me. I have to be a certain way when I'm around people, right? I like being a black man in America. You there's a switch you have to turn on and off.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not.
No, it's very true.
Yeah, exactly. Like whether we like it or not, there's a switch we have to turn on and off. And me being Teddy, I don't have to fake how I want to talk. I don't have to fake what I want to talk about. I don't have to fake being goofy. I don't have to fake that I like video games or I like watching basketball all the time. It's just me being 100% me. So that's kind of like my biggest takeaway from it. Yeah.
I think I'll ask one more Kovu question, and then we can, and then if you want, we can let Kovu like rest in peace, or we can like.
I mean, I'm not mad at Kovu. Yeah. I just know every time I look back and I hear the younger me, I'm just like,
Do you get? Is it cringy for you? It's cringy. Really?
It didn't used to be, because I listen to my music a lot. And everybody's like, I was my #1 artist on Apple Music,
which like, is honestly does not surprise me with like the bold confidence. Like,
well, yeah, I like competing with myself. Like that's the thing too. I don't want to compete. Like, yes, rap is a competition, hip hop is a competition, but you're really just competing with yourself. So if you're not listening to yourself, like maybe like every other day, how are you really getting better? Because like. Even the songs I have on It Takes a Village, there's some things I could have did better. There's some transitions I could have did better.
So are you listening? Are you like listening to those things as almost like film? Like
yeah, okay, I'm watching film pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I don't get me wrong. Every time I record, I think it's a hit. I think it's a banger. But I know that there's some things that I messed up, or like I fumbled on a word and we couldn't really fix it, so I just kept it in there. And like there's just different things. It's like watching film, and you just want to get better. So that's literally all I do is just listen to myself and just make sure that I'm actually getting better. That's like when I listen to Kovu, it's like when I do get that cringe, I'm like, but I fixed it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still like,
let me go. If I could go back.
If I could go back, I would fix that. Yeah. So I have no ill will towards Kovu. It was a part of my life. I'm very appreciative for that part of my life, because without it, I don't think you would have Love Teddy today. So,
and here you are, like evolving as humans do, right? Yeah. Like from what you've liked about Kovu, what you don't like about Kovu, what you can shed, what you've decided to rebrand, and now you're in your 4th album with Love Teddy, and it sounds like you have like really felt comfortable with who you are as a public figure, a rapper, all of these hats that Love Teddy wear, some of the hats that he's picked up from your Kovu days too, right?
Yeah, all that ties into what I've done. Like me being on tour, the way I perform at shows, the way I move at shows, the team around me. A lot of people don't know this, but it's not just me doing this. I've got JB, Justin Bishop. He's my manager. He's out in Atlanta. He works for an independent label called Monopoly. They got me a distribution deal. So now they're helping me push the music a little bit further. I've got Leah Crandell. She's like my personal assistant. She pretty much she's not here today because she had a Christmas party, but whatever.
Shout out to the holidays.
Yeah. So she literally just helps me when I'm at shows or when I'm like doing interviews like this. She'll make sure like, oh, hey, like, do you need this, and that? Like, she's literally like just my assistant. And I have Danny Watson, who literally just watches over like the funds that we make, or like when I get paid for shows, he makes sure it goes into like the bank account, like we don't touch it, and we save that money for like future features or like for a video, things like that. He takes care of that, and I'm very fortunate enough to have all those people be my close friends. Like they're not people I just met on the street and be like, hey, you want to
work for me?
You want to work for me, or like you want to build this with me? Like they all actually care about the brand. Build. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they actually all care about the brand, and they want to see Love Teddy grow. And the biggest thing is they believe in it.
Yeah.
And I've had different variations of my team at certain points where like I could tell like 1 or 2 people didn't believe in it. So
How important is it to unify everyone, whether it's cutting the fat or like, figuring out like how do I get people to buy back in? Because at the end of the day, like it's my vision that I want enhanced by. I didn't know if it would be corny to call these people in your inner circle your village, or if that was like the intent of.
Yeah, that's what it takes a village.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a village is based off. It takes a village is based off the phrase. It takes a village to raise the boy, right? So, take COVID for example. That was the boy. Okay, I was very immature. I was very naive to the business. I was very, I'm gonna take over the world, and if you don't like me, screw you. Like now I grew up. I'm kind of like, they taught me how to grow up. I was very like angry when I was like in meetings or like things didn't go my way. I would throw like a tantrum and like JB would be like, bro, we can't move like that. Like people are watching you every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like even if you're not as huge as you think you are, people are watching you every 2 seconds. They watch you. So there's just like that village is what makes me me. Like without that, there's no Teddy, there's no albums, there's no music, there's no videos. And like, thing I pride myself on is the circle that I built is all of my people. I make sure they're good. If I fuck up, they tell me I fuck up. If they see something I can do better, they tell me I can do something better.
Yeah.
There's no yes men in my circle, which I really like a lot. And yeah, like that is my village. Those are my people. Like there's some of them are in this room right now.
I know we poached JV.
That's my guy though.
JV.
JV's my guy. So
he's incredible.
He's doing his thing. I'm letting him fly. I'm letting him fly, baby. Do your thing. But yeah, I love it.
And I mean, like this is very apparent in the tiers that are Love Teddy. I feel like you've also really figured out how to market your brand, and you do that very well on Instagram. I think right now, like what I hear from a lot of important talking heads and strategists. That coffee really got me.
You better drink that water, my boy.
I do. I need to. Yeah, I really do need to get some water. A lot of strategists are how important it is for musicians to continue to reach audiences through social media. I feel like you do that well, but also on the collaborative piece, you are not afraid to post something about the people in your village, the friends that you have, like their creative endeavors, and like promote that too.
I think that also took me time.
Yeah.
Throughout all this, I've learned how to be a true leader. You know what I'm saying? Because leaders aren't perfect, but everybody needs somebody to look at to be like, all right, he's still going. I'm gonna still go.
Okay.
So I've never had that really. I've had mentors. I've had like people show me the ropes, but like there was like a certain point where like there was like a cutoff. I feel like, and like they just disappeared out of my life. So I never want to be that for my people. And again, I'm not a big artist. I'm not huge. I'm in the middle of the pack right now. But if you were to tell my people right now that I wasn't a big artist, they wouldn't believe you, right?
They have that belief.
They had that belief like, all right, he's going to do it. And I just want to be that support line because once everybody stops acting too cool for social media and stops acting like they can't be seen to be commenting on someone that's not Taylor Swift or Drake, it will be a lot better place.
Do you feel as an artist who isn't afraid to be vulnerable that like cool lean on the wall appeal is because people don't want to let others in as much as maybe they feel like social media is allowing that?
Well, it's very oversaturated at the moment. Like how many times can I sit in my room and make a mic video and rap in front of you, in front of a mic in my bedroom? How many times have people have seen that and they're like, oh, I've seen this, swipe.
What do you feel like when you have a post, a Love Teddy post that does very well, people are connecting with most? Is it like a mix, the music itself, what they're watching, both?
It's a mixture of the music and what they're watching. I don't like putting out just random one-offs, right? So if I do like a type of video like that you'll see on IG promoting one song, like me and JV literally just pulled up to my neighborhood and we just walked around my neighborhood and shot for Sweet Like Candy, one of my songs. That video did so well. But it's not like we sat there and thought about like, oh, I need this there and I need the mic hanging from we just free gunned it, right?
Like what feels good.
Yeah, just what feels good and what actually like is representing the song. Like
also JV and Alec are fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they literally just, if you find someone that really wants to create with you, that'll be easy money. But it's also I like to promote where my audience is. So I'm not spreading myself. Like I should more, but TikTok's algorithm is so flunky that I don't get it yet. And I don't know that yet. But most of my audience is on Instagram. So you're going to see me mostly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do I need to get on TikTok more? Sure. Maybe. I'll figure it out. But where my audience is right now is Instagram. So that's where I'm going to focus. And I've never been afraid to share my homie stuff because I think everybody that you see on my story, I believe in 100%.
Yeah.
I believe in their vibe. I believe in their vision. Everything I see. I don't post anything I don't believe in. I don't post anything that I don't think, like, you know, like, it's like.
Right. It's like, I'm just going to do this for, like,
just so you know that I'm
sake
here.
or,
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, if I see you're working your ass off and I see that you're actually, like, putting in the time to actually be creative and, like, show something different to the world, why not put it on my story?
Yeah.
I got a couple more followers than you. Maybe it's somebody else hasn't seen it before and they want to talk to you about it. Like, it's not just for me. Like, all this stuff isn't just for us. And, like, once you find that village, that circle, you just want to keep seeing your whole circle grow with you.
Isn't
it's
life
not
what
fun.
life's kind of about?
Exactly. You don't want to. It's not fun. You're the only one growing, and your circle's just like
Left behind.
well,
like,
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you want them to come with you. So I think that's the most important part to me is just being that guy to, like, represent them. So yeah.
What song on It Takes a Village represents, like, that message the best, you feel? Or I guess as a whole, like, where do you find, like, this was a song intentionally for this village, this community, my people?
Damn, that's a good question. I want to say it went missing. I want to say went missing or
The intro?
yeah, the intro. I want to say went missing or High Roller. Because went missing is really just about me moving to this small secluded town that I'm in, which is literally just nowhere, cornfields. I literally live next to a farm. And I just got a lot of questions like, I say in the song oh, they don't get it, huh? Like, cause like there's a lot of people like I've made music for and they're like, I don't really get it. Or like, like, oh, you act different. Like, and I hate hearing that because like, I'm not acting different. I'm just not BJ from Plainfield East, the scrawny, goofy theater kid, or like that play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like
on stage, or like when they say that, like, what do they mean? Do they mean in the
me
music?
just in general? Like if I go out with like people like who haven't seen me around from like high school or college, they'll be like, oh, you act different, or like you're not the same, or like blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I'm not the goofy nerdy kid that you used to like.
I mean, we
crack
grow.
jokes about. Exactly.
Right.
So and then like they kind of like. I've seen while making music, I kind of seen like my personal life, like my personal friends kind of shy away from this side of it because it's not what they saw or like what they envisioned of me.
Yeah.
And like when they hear the music, they're like, that's not BJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different.
Which is funny because like I guess who's expressing their creative freedom and expressions every day. I mean, I just feel like in life there are all these hats that we wear, and you know, when I am like cleaning my house,
right,
I guess I'm one way versus when I am like here
interviewing
in studio.
people.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Right.
So I just think that's interesting that they weren't like, oh, this was always, you know, a part of you. This is cool to see this new side.
Yeah. I think a lot of people aren't used to like the confidence, right? Because like if you ask my girl, she'll say I don't like the spotlight, which is true. If you see me at a bar, I'm not the one that's like out yelling, dancing in front of people. Now, if my crew is getting rowdy, I'll do it with you. But I'm pretty much the laid back guy where I'm just observing everybody, and I just like being around my people. I don't need to do too much. But when I go on stage or when I'm at an event as LOVETEDDY, I have to be in the spotlight. I have to talk. I have to be energetic. I have to be goofy. Like, I don't have to be goofy. I'm always goofy. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to turn it on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have to have confidence.
Right.
I can't be the same shy kid that you saw like a couple years ago. I'm not him anymore.
Nor do you have interest in even...
I don't have interest in being the shy kid. I don't have interest in being the yes man or being just like the person to be like, yeah, I like that. Just because everybody else likes it.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have no interest in that. And I think people see that and they think it's me trying to be cool when it's not. Like I like the Toronto Raptors. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago.
Yeah. But like, I mean, you like what you like, and I think
Right.
I think in regard to music that's always a valid answer too. Whether it's a few songs for from an album, the whole album, a different artist. Like there's this freedom to choose, and I think you choosing, I don't know. I just think that's funny, but also like, did you expect that coming up as a rapper that there are some people that are not gonna love this because it's not what they're used to.
Yeah. Everybody has different tastes, man. And my thing is like, I don't make music for everybody to like. I like make music for me to listen to. If you like it, that's a plus. If you really like it, that's a bigger plus. You know what I'm saying? I want to make music that I want to hear. Because I listen to like The Baby, I listen to Bryson Tiller, I listen to NSYNC, I listen to like Justin Bieber. I listen to a lot of different music, and I have a lot of different influences. And I think there's like certain pieces that like I hear from different artists that I'm like, dang, I would really like that if I was on this. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to create things that I love and make it my own so I can hear.
There's fun in that.
Yeah, exactly. There's fun in like creating like your own version of your favorite artist's songs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to play another version of my favorite song.
Yeah.
And also a song that I think you wanted to really talk about as well. So I'm glad that we like found the
Common ground.
the common ground on High Roller. So I'm gonna play a little bit
That's
of
my
High Roller.
joint.
Yeah.
Dance with a couple friends. Call me Teddy Boy. Ain't no better man. Gotta get it now. Ain't no other change. Blink 182. I get a lot of bangs. Yeah, and that's a flex. I ain't saving no one. Ain't no what's up on my chest. Ain't no more debating when we talk about the past. We from out of town, so you know what happens next. Come and give me more, 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 give me more. They wanna dance. Tell them drop it low, drop it low, drop it low, drop it low, drop it low. It look good, baby.
Yeah.
So the reason I wanted to talk about that song
Yeah.
was like, I guess, a perfect segue what you talked about with confidence and energy and like exuding this and people not being used to it. I can't remember what show it was, but it was one of the last shows that I went and saw you play live.
Davies.
Yeah, Davies. And I don't remember if you said this was like the first time you were debuting this song on stage, but holy shit.
Was
like,
that? Yeah. That was like, we haven't put it. Yeah. We literally only the people from our podcast heard that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, the energy that you had, it didn't. So I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
It didn't feel forced, but it did feel like you turned it on to meet them. Like, I think you did a slow song. I can't remember what song it was right before. And then you just like
I think it was South End.
Yeah. And then you like upped the ante. Like, I have never seen a more energetic Love Teddy performance. And like, it was infectious. Like I saw people from, that came to see you that were going bananas. I saw that, like, there's something about like being at a live show and seeing the guy next to you going crazy for a song. You almost can't sit there like nonchalant. Like you're just like infected to like move or something.
Yeah.
And so I guess talk about that track, talk about that energy and like what feeling you went into making this song, because the other part of this is there's the production and the beat, and it feels like you knew how you wanted this song to be built out. Like, it sounds like this is the perfect song that you would, build a Love Teddy world around.
If I were to point anybody to like what song perfectly represents Love Teddy as like a person or as like a brand, I would point to that song, because that song's energy is just pretty much based off like when me and my people go out to like a bar, right? Or if we go out of town and we're going to like a hole-in-the-wall bar we don't know, we just want to have a good time. We don't know anybody. We just want to be there and have a good time with our friends. And it's also like an introspective part, because I say like, Shay's on in the club, I don't want to see you. There's points where I go out and I don't want to be outside, but I'm outside because my friends want me to be outside.
Are you wearing shades too?
If I wear shades, that means I'm either...
Like, really, like, I want to...
If I wear shades on in a bar, that either means I'm high and I don't want to talk to you, or I literally don't want to talk to you. So there's been moments like, I think while making It Takes a Village, I was kind of depressed. I don't know why. I think it was seasonal depression.
Well, I guess like when we talked a bit about the first song on the record, it went missing, and I guess the message that I got from that was that like everyone's asking like where if I fell off, like
what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And so like, were you expressing how you like this feeling on that?
Okay. Yeah, I think I get that a lot. I think I get. I think a lot of independent artists get that a lot to the point where like people just don't get it. Like people with like real careers, like the doctors and the lawyers and all this stuff. When you tell them like, hey, I sell insurance as my other job to fund this career. Mm-hmm. When you tell them, hey, I also have a career as a rapper, they look at you a certain way. They're like, okay. They don't really. They
like
don't
another
really,
one.
Yeah, but they don't really believe it until they search you up in Spotify and they're like, "Oh, you're actually a really good rapper." You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just kept getting those questions like, "What's wrong with him?" Or like, "Why isn't he as energetic as he is around other people?" Blah. It's because if I don't feel a certain way, I don't fake it. I don't like to fake it.
Force it.
I don't force it either.
Yeah.
Like it's just that, and I think that song just represents that, and it also represents the fun side of being out with your people. Mm-hmm. Because even if I don't want to go out, they got me outside. Mm-hmm. They forced me outside because they would know I need to be outside, right? And
to get out of your own head.
To get out of my own head, to go experience things, to go be with your people, to talk the lingo with your people, like. There's certain languages that people don't understand, and only my people understand in songs.
Like inside, I guess like jokes and stories.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Like I'll mention people's names. I'll drop like a location only me and my people know. Like it's things like that like people like get attracted to. But High Roller was very precise to the point where like we went in there making it as if it was like I wanted a club banger. I wanted something you can play in the bar. I wanted something you can play in the club. And my engineer Rads like kind of like helped me lead the way because like on that hook. The Give Me More part, there's like 7 other like backtracks of like me doing Give Me More, like the Give Me More, Give Me More, Give Me. I'm going a different octave every other track. If you really listen to it, really? I'm going a different octave in the backtracks. And Rad suggested that he was like, it's like a triad, and like people like it's like where you have a low note and there's a higher note under it, and you just keep going and you build on top of it, and like something about the human ear, they get attracted to it, and so we put that in there.
I think that's. Yeah, like a really cool nugget that I wouldn't have picked up.
Dude, Rads is a genius. Shout out to Christopher Radzikowski at Cinnamon Sounds. That's my guy.
It's only expected that you like have a big crew to shout out because your village is so important to you too.
Yeah.
So like, I've also noticed that well, let me ask this really quick. It Takes a Village. Was that recorded? Was the whole album recorded at Cinnamon Sounds?
Yeah. And every song was recorded right after a podcast episode.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So do you have like, so you're working with the same, people. Sorry, I'm like getting really close with the mic.
No, you're good.
But you work with the same like artists and creatives that make your music videos, and that doesn't feel like a trust thing. It feels more like as I hear all these collaborations on all these songs, it feels like a trusted. I guess it is a trust thing. It feels like a trusted process that you lean into. What is the creative process to know like this is someone that I want to continue to collaborate with?
It's about continuity, really. I used to hop around a lot of studios when I was trying to figure out this whole LOVETEDDY thing. Yeah. And the one thing is like I will say this for the younger artists, when you find like an engineer that you truly love, like once you find that engineer that like brings the song to life that you heard in your head, outside of your head, I tell Rads this all the time. It feels like you're in my head. Cause like I hear the vocals a certain way. Like when I'm writing, it's not mixed, it's not auto-tuned, but you can hear it in your head how you want it to hear. And I got to the point where Rads were like, he knows like how I want to sound. He knows how I want the ad-libs to sound. He knows how I want like this to drop, anything like that. And it's just a connection that we just get. And I feel like when I make that connection with like JV or like Jake or anybody like that, like I want to keep those connections alive because that means we have something. It means we connected and the spark is building now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we can only grow from that. And I think the whole process with It Takes a Village is like I wanted everybody's inputs. I got Manny's input. I got JV's input. I got Rad's input. I got all my people's inputs on the songs that like to the point where like we didn't know, But like we knew like this was like a solid piece of work because we had everybody's input on it. And it wasn't like I needed everybody's input. It was like I would ask like, hey, how does this make you feel? And they would tell me. And I'd be like, okay, this is not going to go in there. We're going to put this on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like different stuff like that. It Takes a Village was actually
It took a village.
Yeah, it literally took a village to make It Takes a Village. And it was a very monumental point for me. I think It Takes a Village was like the point where I solidified like, hey, this is me. This is the sound. This is the vibe you're going to get. And this is just the swagger you're going to get too.
Is there any interest in experimenting with any of that?
I kind of want to play my hand in country. But I don't. Yeah, I kind of want to play my hand in country. I'm trying to figure that out, but I want to make it an authentic way.
Yeah, and it sounds like it sounds like you're enjoying the Love Teddy sound right now, and like fostering that sound and kind of building and growing from it still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm still building. I will say I think I found my lane.
Okay.
Right, I found my lane where I like if you like the Little Yachty's and like the Ians and like Drake and you like Bryson Tiller, I think you will like me. If you like Jack Harlow, I think you will like me.
You can say that to one of the cameras and shoot a promo.
Yeah. If you like any of those artists, Drake, Yachty, Bryson Tiller, Jack Harlow, you will definitely like Love Teddy. I'm definitely in that world and realm.
Fitting that you were looking at JV's camera. You're not trying to poach him again, are you?
No, I mean, JV is still on the roster, brother. What do you mean? What do you mean? Everybody's on the roster, brother. You're on the roster. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think it's I don't know, man. I'm just really glad at what we built at this point. And I always say we. It's not just me. I always say we because I think we really built a confidence for other people like independents that want to go out there and be like, because everybody gets told like, oh, dropping an album is dead, and I don't believe that because without albums you can't. How is your fan base supposed to know like what's going on or what vibe you're supposed to go? It's about world building. It's really about world building.
It's about storytelling,
right? And
I mean, like, what better way to get an artist's story of where they are at that moment of time than an album. I'll never forget, and I was talking about this story the other day, but I'll never forget when I was at Lollapalooza last year. And
hey, shout out to the street interviews you were doing.
Yeah,
fire.
Those were fun.
Fire.
Those
you
were
gotta
fun.
do that again.
Yeah, I would love to do that again. I think
I'm gonna come with you for the next one.
Yeah, we should.
I got you.
That'd be really cool.
I got you.
I saw Joe DJ O. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, with Joe Carey.
Yeah.
And when I'm back,
yeah.
And they played, a bunch of great songs from the new album, which I really love. And then it wasn't the last song of the set. It was kind of towards the end though, and it was the end of beginning. And when I'm back in, and there were probably like
that's a banger too.
It's a great song and a great love letter to Chicago.
Yeah, that's a banger.
That song played, it ended, there were 4 more songs, and half the crowd left. And I was like...
Really?
That was the first time...
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I guess.
In today's era, bro, like, because people only... In today's era, people only know one song.
And that's a bummer to me. Like, that we're so song-oriented versus, like, artist or album-oriented, Like, I'm only here for this one song. And I guess I... sort of understood because it's a festival. There's a lot to do and there's a lot to see. But
before a festival, you should want to be in love with the artist to go sit at a set that long to wait for one song.
Or I think personally, you should be curious.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Right,
you know what I mean? Like if I was at a Love Teddy show and you played all the hits, and I'm sure like you want to play other things than just the hits that everyone wants to hear. Yeah. I would be like, what is this? Or let's say you're playing High Roller and it sounds totally different because you wanted to experiment on, and it sounded maybe like more like dancey or bouncy. I'd be like, whoa, this is so cool. Like what makes him want to, I would just have questions versus like, oh, my expectations aren't met, I'm out of here.
Well, that's why I think what you're doing is so important, because not a lot of people want to dive into music there's not a lot of people that dive into music anymore. A lot of people are just very like mainstream. I press play on the radio. That's what I heard. I like it. I don't need to dive into anymore. We need more people that want to invest in smaller artists or even the bigger artists to go dive into their catalog and pull out the ones that got slept on. There's a couple songs that got slept on. Let's pull them out. You might enjoy it. There's not a lot of people like you that actually explore music and explore the different genres. So what you're doing is so important because that's going to bring out the people that actually do want to stay for the full set. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that's being represented enough on the internet where people are, there's not enough people telling people like, hey, you should really dive into this. There's only like, hey, this is a popular song. I'm going to like it because everybody else likes it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of like where the disconnect is coming from with like the music and the general audience, is that people are so stuck on TikTok. It's like, oh, I heard that on TikTok. I like that song.
Yeah. Now let me just add that and find the next song.
Right.
I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like you're a steward of that too as an artist and, you know, someone who really clearly loves samples and like a lot of your songs have like these 90s, either like mid 90s R&B or like late 90s, early 2000s, like rap samples. Like the one example that kind of really felt like it could be your relation, but Love Teddy is kind of its own thing, was So Into You by Fabulous, like soft R&B female vocalists. And not to put you in a box, it's just like these really like soulful, you know, sweet samples. And I guess how much of your discovery of new music, old music goes into like how you want to be influenced or how you want a new Love Teddy project to be influenced.
Yeah. All the samples and like the reason I love samples so much is because I just love the energy that like the 90s and like 2000s R&B and rap had, man. Like we just had so much more fun back then. It was like the big jerseys, the big chains.
Do you remember the D Wade or I think Nelly Band-Aids?
Yeah, the Nelly Band-Aids. Like people were wearing do-rags out in public and stuff. Like I miss that, and just like the energy of like my mom, like on like just Sundays, like we had to clean, so she would play like all the cuts like while we were cleaning in the house and things like that. And that just stuck with me because like I would find myself cleaning, I was just jamming before I even knew I liked music. I was just jamming to like SWV, Rain, and like things like that. Like she would just play. My mom has a very big music palette. Like she played she likes Linkin Park. She loves the Linkin Park Jay-Z collab album.
Yeah,
she loves that. My dad loves DMX. My sister played a lot of like Nelly, like Jodeci, 112. Like my house just had a lot of like R&B and hip hop going on. So like that kind of like stuck with me, and I didn't really notice it until I got older and when I actually did start making music. And like I just want to bring that energy back of just like the 90s and like 2000s rap, when rap was like its hottest, like 50 Cent in the club. Like, and just bringing back actual music videos too. Like music videos nowadays are so simple where like the old music videos, you go back and look at the old music videos like a movie. That's why they had MTV like premiere it and stuff. They had like legit scripts, concepts that you had to play out. And I think that's what's missing. And I think that's what I wanted to bring back into the Love Teddy brand, is like, I want you to feel like you're at a 90s like juke party or like anything like that. I grew up on basement parties. We used to go to basement parties in Plainfield and just juke parties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody makes,
where the music was so loud you could not
hear anything.
Yeah.
All you could worry about is like, this girl looks good, she's gonna dance with me. I like the music that's playing. I'm about to hit the Dougie in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we don't have music like that anymore. And I kind of want to be the representation of that. Like, I want you to have fun when you listen to my music. I also want you to think about yourself in like introspective ways, but also want you to have fun and like have that like bounce to it. Like I almost put in every song, I want to make you bounce again. Like, cause like it's, people are too cool to dance in clubs now. Nobody goes on the dance floor anymore. If you do go on the dance floor, people look at you weird because they're worried about you pulling out a phone or like getting talked about. I want everybody to stop worrying about that stuff. I really do. I really would. And I think once, like I said before, once we all get comfortable without thinking we're too cool to do something or comment on something or like something or share something, all these social media platforms will be a lot easier. I can promise you that.
I already broke a rule that, we were looking at our first interview and Alec gave me some good advice. He was like, stop saying as much in the mic. And I had a hard time doing that because you're like mentioning SWV and like all of these throwbacks. I'm just like, me too. Like I remember that. And I remember, like how, interesting music felt at, I guess like the early 2000s.
When we were in high school, dude.
Yeah, when we were in high school. I mean, the dance era was so big. Yeah, you would go to you couldn't go to a large gathering of people and not have that one guy who could Dougie so well, or girl who could Dougie so well, or
Bro.
like.
Plus, we were like so blessed with like the artists that were coming out when we were in high school. Like we had Kendrick, Drake was just coming out,
Kid Cudi,
Cole was coming out,
J.
Cudi
Cole.
was coming out, ASAP was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, we had so many good artists while we were growing up, and I feel like that genre of music kind of like got forgotten about. And I want to make it like my job to like kind of bring it back, because those are like my best times of like being a kid. It's like riding in the Honda, listening to Take Care on our way to school or anything like that. Like I miss stuff like that.
So, okay, that brings me into a pretty good segue with just, I am curious as far as all of these artists that we're talking about. A lot of these artists, also, well, some of these artists put out records this year, and I'm going to kind of put you on the spot and ask you in no particular order.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be a list of 3 or 5 or whatever, but tell us, what were some of your favorite records from 2025?
From 2025, okay. I gotta put it out here. Everybody's gonna call me a Drake meat writer, but it's okay.
Is it the project they put out?
Yeah,
earlier
the
in the
Sexy
year?
Songs for You.
Yeah.
I ran that to the ground.
Any favorites on there? Like favorite moments on that?
Raining in Houston. There's one they have called Greedy and On My Way. I really like a lot. And then Crying in Chanel. I just like how like that is, I guess, arranged. I like how the beat is arranged on that. It's just the switch up is really cool to me. Everything Is a Lot by Wale. That just came out.
So that was a sleeper, like a late entry.
A late entry.
Super late.
But like my thing with Wale is like Wale, when he raps, man, he thinks of every sophisticated word he can put in there. Every
in a T.I. way?
Yeah, like in a T.I. way, but like he makes it like it makes sense why he did it. Like I couldn't picture him saying any other word that way.
Yeah.
And like he makes me want to like get better at like widening my vocabulary because
Like, damn, Wale makes me want to read a book.
yeah, exactly. Like there's a song called Conundrum where he's just, I think I told you about this in the beginning, but he's literally just recapping because he hasn't dropped in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So like he's recapping what we've been missing. And I love songs like that where you just get a recap of the artist's life and like what they've been through and like what's going on in the personal world. Because they don't have to share that with us. But when they do get personal like that, I love that. And that whole album front to back is a personal, like introspective, like looking at himself, which I really like a lot. 2025. What else came in 2025? The Clips album is fucking phenomenal.
So good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's the fact that some OGs can come out in 2025 and have one of the best rap albums of the year. You can't tell me you can't do this forever.
And like, so I guess as someone like you who doesn't adhere to these music rules, to these rap rules, like Clips is like really broke that rule of like rap is a young man's game or a young woman's game, and you know, like when you're older you're kind of done. Like
Pusha was rapping like he been doing this since
like
oh my
like
goodness.
he never left.
Like
And
he
Malice,
never left.
my
And Malice came back. You got your brother to come back who was on a religious like hiatus, like, and he came back and he kept it clean the whole album. But his flows on there,
dude,
insane.
I think Malice like absolutely delivered on a lot of those Clip songs. And that,
Shout out to Pharrell too for producing that whole thing too.
and Tyler the Creator for the collabs there too.
That's another one too. Chromacopia is on my list too. Tyler, I take a lot of inspiration from Tyler, fashion wise, mindset wise, and just how he puts together songs.
So Chromacopia made that
Chromacopia
like the
is
list
my
for
number
you.
one. If I'm being honest, Chromacopia is my number one. Just for him to be so vulnerable to the point where like he's talking about like he hates his hair, so I killed my hair. I went through that. I hated my hair. There was like a long point in time where I was like, why can't I have the Justin Bieber flip? You know what I'm saying? Like, and like that was like when I was younger, but like when I grew up, I was like, I like being black. I like my curly hair. And I think he just from front to back, he was talking about like sexuality, not knowing his dad. Like, and I relate. Like, I know my dad. Dad, I know you.
He might tune into this.
Yeah, he might tune into this. But I grew up in a single parent household. So it's like I can relate to somewhat what he's talking about. Yeah. And I just like how like confident he was to just be him. And that Chromacopia honestly helped me like even feel better about putting out It Takes a Village, because I feel like that's more introspective for me. Like I feel like It Takes a Village is probably my most introspective, along with Don't Poke the Bear. But I feel like I really got into like what I wanted to talk about. It Takes a Village, kind of like how he did on Chromacopia. So Chromacopia is up there. Dang, what else came out?
A lot of rap. Did you like the you mentioned you're a Justin Bieber fan?
Swag.
Did you like Swag 1 and 2?
Swag 1. Swag 2, I was kind of iffy on, but there's some cuts on Swag 2. Swag 1, when it came out, boy, Justin Bieber ain't never been in his bag like that since Journals.
Did you appreciate the fact that there was a lot of
Experimenting.
collaboration from Dejan and McGee and all of these
Odell
others?
on there? Was Odell, or was it?
Odell? I think he was, on Swag 1.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and check that.
Yeah, I liked how experimental he was. I really want to get to the point where, like, you know how like Kanye went to Wyoming and just had like a writer's retreat?
Yeah.
He did the same thing. Like Justin did the same thing for Swag. He just went to like a random cabin, like somewhere I can't afford. And he just sat there and with his homies and made music. Yeah. I've never done that before. And I think that's my next thing to do, is just like have a bunch of the homies just go to like a cabin.
Bring that village into...
Yeah, bring that village. We all just hang out for like a couple of days. Yeah. And then like we see what we make out of it. That's my next thing. But I think albums that are made like that, where you're just secluded with your people, you're not worried about going out, you're not worried about doing any of the flashy things, you just chill. Yeah. Maybe we'll go to the beach. Maybe we'll walk through the forest. We'll come back, smoke, write, make music.
Create art. Create something beautiful.
Exactly. And I think that Swag is a big one for me. And I think the last one, there's one more I wanted to say. I can't think about it right now. I gotta look at my phone.
Take your time. I'm also curious on. Well, I'll give you some of mine while you're looking.
Oh, hang on. Last one. Did this come out in 25? I don't know. It might have not came out in 25, but I listened to it a lot. Kid Laroi, The First Time.
Oh yeah. You were telling me about. There's one song. I think.
Baby, I'm Back.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the intro song. That song. That inspired me a lot. He really talks about just like falling in love again, finally finding your person, but also dealing with people that like don't really think you're the same person anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I really relate to that. And Kid Laroi has a very good pocket of mixing rap and R&B, and he's very good at it. And I think Juice WRLD taught him a lot, to the point where like he's comfortable with being himself now, and he's comfortable with trying new things. And he's been a huge inspiration for me. So yeah, the Kid Laroi, The First Time, is on there too.
I can't wait to listen back to this and like actually take some of those records and listen to them, because I know I haven't listened to the new Wale or Kid Laroi. So those would be some good ones.
I think you'll really like he's about to drop a new album in January, but I think you'll really like the Kid Laroi one.
I need to, honestly, like, I feel like such a hypocrite, because I knew I was going to ask you that question, and as I'm prepping for this, I did not know what my list was. I like wrote out 20 albums, and I was like, I don't have a top 3. Like, I don't want to just throw a dart either.
I mean, I got 4. I got 4 in there. I mean, I also go back to a lot of old albums. So I went back to like For All the Dogs. I went back to this guy named Mike. He has this album called The Lows. It's very country mix with hip hop vibes, and that's where I go when I want to, like, you know, you talk about like how I'm building the sound. I want to have some type of like southern twang. It doesn't have to be like actual country, but I want you to feel like you're in a small country town. So I listen to a lot of country,
which honestly doesn't feel like a ripoff for you, because it's what you are already like
portraying. Yeah.
You're portraying that already,
And I think I also want to give a different meaning to country, because when you hear the word country, you just think about cowboy boots and cowboy hats. But I know a lot of country motherfuckers that don't look like that.
Well, how do you feel about the state of rappers going into country, and then country, you know, having artists that aren't, I guess, like what people would say are traditionally country, you know, Beyonce and Post Malone as of, you know, last few years?
Posty, I don't really listen to Posty anymore, just because personal reasons.
Sure.
But Beyonce stepped her foot in a realm where she wasn't welcomed, right? And I think there needs to be more people like that, because I think country needs to be broadened a lot more. There's a lot more sides of country that even the big country artists haven't tapped into. The ones I will give credit to is Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen has perfected the way country albums should sound because he's mixing in the 808s. He's mixing in slang that you wouldn't typically hear in a country song.
Is that I guess those artists, are they influencing just like where you want to bend country and like that untapped territory?
I'm a big lyric guy too, so I like some difference in it. Like I like when you tell me like I'm at this small town bar in Wyoming off the corner of Broadway. Like descriptive lyrics I love.
Yeah.
And I think that's my biggest thing that I've been trying to add to my bag is just be more descriptive. Not too descriptive to the point where like you get bored, but like descriptive to the point where like you feel like you're there. And that's what I think Morgan Wallen does really good. And I think just there's a lot of artists like V Wills, Killer Roy does that really good. Post used to do that really good. Drake does that really good. Like it's just I think that's where I want to go. I think I want to add those elements into my music now, and I think that's just where I see myself heading, but it's not going to be a full-on country like rebrand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So with CuddleTapes and the future of, Love Teddy in 2026, I guess, is there anything that you want to talk about that we can expect, or is there anything that you're excited about going into next year? Like, what does the future for Love Teddy look like?
Future for me right now, CuddleTapes. It's not just gonna be one.
Volumes?
There's gonna be volumes. There's gonna be like, I don't know if it might be a CuddleTape 2, CuddleTape Volume 2. I don't know. But the first one is on the way, so it should be out like maybe like late January. It's only gonna be like 5 songs.
Okay. Like an EP?
Yeah, like an EP. Like I said, the tapes are just for me to have fun while I'm working on the next big project, which I am working on the next album. So I don't know what the name is. I don't know what the vibe's going to be, but I know while I'm working on these CuddleTapes, I'll figure it out. And it's just the CuddleTapes are just kind of just for the fan base that I do have, just to like hold them over, because I don't want to be the person that like drops something. I'm going to take my breaks now, but I don't want to drop something just go ghost. But like my fans know when I'm quiet, that means I have nothing, and like I'm working on something.
Yeah.
So I want to keep that alive. And I'm very focused on having this next album be like, it's going to be the one that like does something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I want
it's
it to
going to
be,
move something.
It's going to move something. I'm not going
Yeah.
to say it's going to like put me on a label or all this other stuff, but it's going to, I have big aspirations for this next project. That's why I'm doing these mixtapes, so I can actually like take the time to actually make it something beautiful. More shows. I want to do way more shows. I got to figure out venues around Chicago because I want to do those shows, and I'm trying to get a Louisville show put together, things like that. And yeah, more videos, more collaborations. I want to start working with a lot more artists from around here, a lot of local artists that I think I could I think we would mesh well, our worlds would mesh well. So yeah, that's the main focus for me, is just, growing the brand a little bit more. I think I already figured out my sound. Now it's just more about like
honing in and refining it,
and like solidifying Love Teddy for the people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I solidified the sound. Now it's just more about me being creative and actually showing people like this is what you could do from a small area and things like that.
One last question, and it's not like a lightning round or anything, but answer it how you will.
Yeah.
But I am curious on the last song that you listened to and where you were when you listened to it.
Last song I listened to.
Yeah, whether it was like a physical space or like where you were like in life or your own headspace. But
last song I listened to,
and I guess we're trusting you that this is
Soul Provider by Ian.
Okay.
Great song. Wasn't expecting it from it either. Soul Provider by Ian. I think. Damn, I'm about to get real personal, huh? So Soul Provider by Ian. I was sitting on the couch in the living room, just looking back. I'm a very look back at the Wonder Years type of person. And when we started For the Plot, my podcast, with Manny and JV, we were in a small studio, and I always look back at our videos when we first started to where it is now. And then I also look back at like where I was as a musician and where I am now. And I think when I was listening to Soul Provider by Ian, like he just talks about like words don't come like they did before, love don't hit like it did before. And there's one line on there that's like, Just figured out what I'm standing on. Don't know how I felt like the man before, right? And I think that resonated with me a lot because I'm like, when I was Kovo, I thought I was the man. I would get off tour with Waka, just did 2 shows with Tory Lanez. I'm going out of town for shows. I thought I was the man. Nobody could tell me anything. But then I got smacked really hard when I went out to LA, and you're just around all these people that are like, they all do the same thing you do. So like it's kind of like being on an NBA team. Everybody's good on an NBA team, even the bench.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that kind of like put it into perspective of like, dang, I gotta like really step in and like actually be better than these guys, and like actually figure out what I want to stand for. And I think through It Takes a Village and Don't Poke the Bear, I figured out what I want to stand for. I really just want to stand on like building a community of people and not having it all be transactional. Because I feel like when you go to networking events as a musician, everything's transactional and everything's not like genuine.
Yeah.
And anybody that I'm in my network or in my circle or in my village, whatever you want to call it, I truly believe in them, and we created a friendship first before we started doing anything business-wise.
So it all comes from the heart.
Right. It all comes from the heart, and I want to stand on just people being themselves. Because there's all, like, no matter how much you say you're being yourself, you put on a mask. Every time you go out, you put on a mask. You have to. But I want people to feel more comfortable with being themselves on the internet, in public, wherever they want to do. I post on my personal page, me playing video games. Do I care if somebody gets annoyed about it? No, I don't. And is it easy for people to get like that way? No, I completely acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm showing you that I'm okay with being a nerdy music nerd, or like I'm okay with saying for really on the internet, like when people are like, oh, you're talking like a kid. No, I'm just talking. I'm just being me. So like that's what I really want to stand on. And I think Soul Provider by Ian is a good song to represent that. And that's where I was when I heard that song. So yeah, that was the last song I listened to. Soul Provider by Ian.
I think that's such a beautiful way to end. Honestly, because it like encapsulated this interview so well, and it encapsulated why and how you are so willing to be vulnerable in music and in life. So I'm just going to close this out with my favorite Love Teddy song personally.
It's going to be Teddy's Return. Watch.
It's not going to be Teddy's Return, actually. Even though that is like...
That's your top.
That is
your
my...
top.
But
I get a text from Marvin almost like every other month, like Teddy's Return is the greatest. I'm like, brother, there's more music out.
It like shows up on our algorithm. It's gonna play it's gonna play just from here. But
yeah,
Love Teddy, thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man.
I really appreciate this conversation.
Yeah,
it's as golden as I thought it would be.
I told you.
So
it's a normal conversation. You don't got to think too much. We're family, brother.
I'm so appreciative, and also I'm excited for like everyone else to hear the Cuddle Tapes. I'm excited to hear the rest of it. Me too. So I'm playing this out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Sheesh. Courtside. What the